So hello everybody and welcome to today's OpenONU Go call. Thanks for joining. As usual, the call is public and recorded and will be shared live on YouTube. So please be mindful of the comments you make and the information you share. It will be public on YouTube. So first of all, I just want to make sure that everybody here is aware of the transition of the ONF technical team to Intel. We spoke about it a little bit in the TST yesterday. The idea, well, actually, what happened is that the ONF technical team has moved from ONF to Intel, given that Intel has acquired the per public benefit company that was a spin-off from ONF. So with that going on, the ONF technical team moved from ONF to Intel. What does that mean for Volta? It means that the ONF people that are working right now on Volta, myself, Hardik, Theo, and Girish, will transition the project to a more community-oriented governing mode. And that will include finding a replacement for myself as TST lead, moving also taking away responsibilities from the ex-ONF folks. So for which we will not take on any new features. We will stay in a bug fix and support mode to train the folks that will take our places in the testing infrastructure that will stay up because we moved all the pods to Radisys, and the VPN and Jenkins and all of that, the AWS instances will stay up. So we will train the Radisys team for our infrastructure and to keep the testing environment up. And having done that, then we will release effectively 2.10 at the end of June. But then our commitment to the project, given that Intel has no business interest in it, will probably be ending at give or take the end of June. But we will be phasing out our contributions starting fairly soon. So I put there my Intel email if anybody's interested. I'm still having the ONF email, but please do start pinging me on this one. I will still be on Slack and I will still have access to all the Jira, the Jenkins, and all of that as per usual. But before I go forward, let me open up the floor and see if anybody has any questions. No questions?
Too much information.
Okay. What would you like to discuss more in depth? Or is there a more general question I can answer?
I think it's a difficult theme, and I think it will take a while before it runs like before.
It is indeed a serious transition, and it's not going to be an easy one. But I believe that there is a strong community made out of everybody here in the TST and the people that are working behind the scenes in Netsia and Radisys and in the other operators and system integrators like Apply. I think the community is very strong. So I would say that we are okay from that perspective, but as you said, it's going to be a transition. It's going to take its time. We should not expect the project to run tip top right immediately. But the people that are in the project are great contributors. So I believe we have the room and space for growth of the project, even with ONF not being there.
Actually, Andrea, will you use Slack?
I will I will still be on Slack, yes. And the Slack will still be hosted by ONF because ONF stays as an entity. It will still
Yeah.
host the project and everything. So yeah, I will still be on Slack. Sure, you can still find me there. But as I said, support for I will be there until most likely June. I will still be on Slack, but no commitment at all to it after that.
Okay.
Okay, then if not, I know there's a lot of information. Feel free to reach out to me. So anytime you have my email there, you have my Slack, you have my ONF email. I read still the emails. If you need a one-to-one conversation, we can definitely have that. Just feel free to reach out to me and I can answer those questions. So
It's little sad.
it's
But I'm happy for you. I don't know.
it's for us it's a huge change, and I am excited for that. For moving away from this community, it is sad for me as well, but because it's been great. I mean, I like working with you guys and girls.
Thank you. As you mean.
Okay, then as I said, reach out to me. I'm more than happy to have a one-on-one with anybody who has any questions, and we can take it over from there. Um, okay. On the next set of topics, there are more technical topics. On the FTTB patches, we did have merge everything, and it seems to be working. We made a test, and that should be good to go. But there was still a question about the single tagged packets on the NCP VLAN, and I am not really sure. Let me tag Abhilash here and see if he can give us an answer. Okay. Okay, on the memory leak testing, I know that there were some updates lately. Maybe Thorsten, you can share a little bit of information on that.
Yes. Currently, I'm working on the stabilization of the memory leak test because it was a quick and dirty test suite made for Holger for a special case for DT with 8 ONUs. And now we set up a pipeline with a single ONU, and we see a lot of issues. Some issues could be solved. The last one was there was a delete device issue because the test case was too fast for all the handling in the background. And so it came to the point where we tried to delete the same device which was already deleted or the deleting is in progress. There's a patch, work in progress patch. It's not merged, and this works so far. But we have still two other issues. Both are pointing to the owners, obviously. One issue are the pending flows in owners. I don't know why. I tried to check all the traces, a lot of information, but I'm not so familiar with the owners. So I don't have any solution till now. I tried to improve the test itself, but it doesn't help because I ran more and more in another issue. This is that the authentication users are not registered in the ONU, the so-called AAA user. And I took a look. I took a look in the logs of the last 4 runs of the pipeline, and there were 2 pipelines green, but they aren't green because I ignore all errors in the sanity check there, but there are a lot of errors, and all the errors are the authentication registration in ONOS, and it's always an AT&T workflow. Maybe you have an idea somewhere. I don't have it till now. I try here local tests to my first goal was to reproduce pending flows here locally to check the traces, but now I ran in the authentication error more and more.
Okay. Trying to wrap my head around this. To be honest, I have no idea. So there's a couple of things that you mentioned. The AAA users, the one thing that we could do is to try and check what backing map in ONOS is there. Okay, so let me.
The issue is that there are no AAA users in ONOS. We expect, and there are no.
I think I know why. I think I know why. Oh, maybe not. No. So that was my bad. Maybe I have to check. Okay, so I need to check the map, and also if BBC resends the EPOL packet, that might actually be the case. Okay, the second one you mentioned is pending flows. To me, that is because ONOS did not have the time to properly reconcile between add and delete of the device. So we do this very fast, right?
Right, and I try to insert sleeps 5 seconds, but it will not help.
Yes.
Or do you mean between the remove of flows and the delete device?
No, both actually. So
okay,
you do the VOLT remove subscriber access, right?
Right.
And then you delete the ONU.
And delete, yes.
And then you bring it up again.
Yes, but in the most cases, I have the issue that the remove flows doesn't work. There are pending flows before I delete the device.
And once you once you bring it up again, you then immediately delete again the flows. You add and delete, right?
But this was too fast.
So what you do is you bring up an ONU, you add the subscriber,
Yes.
you delete the subscriber, you
Yes.
delete the ONU, and
Yes.
recycle this.
Yes.
Is there any sleep in there?
I put in my locally test some sleeps to make it more stable, but currently, yes, I didn't get the pending flows anymore. I only get the AAA issue since I put in there some more time and
Okay,
some more
so
shakes.
yeah. So I would be interested. So I would be interested to see these leaps that avoid you having this this pending ad issue. So if you can upload maybe a work in progress patch, that would be good. For the no AAA users in ONUS, this I would actually have to ask Theo to take a look at this first. Theo.
You can use the pipeline number 33. There it was happened in the AT&T workflow. Pipeline is green, but if you open the log file, you can see it. It was the iteration number 17. Maybe you want to note this iteration number 17.
Well, but if it works for the first 17 iterations, well, maybe not.
Mm-hmm. 17. Yes.
I'm wondering if we are breaking stuff doing it too fast.
And I will try tomorrow some GT workflows test.
Yeah.
To check if the pending flows is removed or it's still there.
Okay.
Then I will inform you then. I keep you informed. And if the memory leak test for the OpenONU adapter, I want to create some OLT memory leak tests with deleting and creation of the OLT permanently, like you have at the first point after the memory leak issue. Do you understand what
sorry, no, I missed. What were you saying?
If the OpenONU test stabilized, fine, working good after some time.
Good.
Yeah, hopefully. Then my plan was to create some OLT test for the OpenOLT adapter.
Yes.
And this is the same as you have at the first point. The first point of this topic.
Okay. Have you already created a Jira?
No, I didn't have until now, and I would like to ask you, did you have or
no, I did
can't
not
create? So I can do it. No problem.
Okay. So add Jira here. Okay, thanks. Okay, I think we still need to.
Please make an I don't know, Fragezeichen in English. What's it's a pending at solved by the sleep with a
Question mark.
Question mark.
Yeah,
right.
so
It's not sure.
yeah, so what the reasoning behind this thinking of mine is that what happens is the statistics. The ONU statistics get mangled together.
Maybe. Okay, I will upload a new patch in the already existing patch number, and then we can see it, or then we will see what happens. But this is for tomorrow, not for today.
Yeah.
So you can sign it to me. Send it to me, please. So.
Oh, this one as well?
Yes, yes. Please.
Okay, will do. Done. Okay, so on the support of the OMCI extended message format, it is done in the OpenONU Go adapter, and then there is an initial implementation of it in BBSim that Holger did, but there is no full-on BBSim implementation for all the possible extended messages. So this, as far as I understand, it's done. What needs to be done are the extended message during these procedures. Is that correct?
I don't know it in detail, but Holger informed me that there are a lot of Jira stories.
Yes.
I think this all the stories, and I don't know it in detail, but there's a lot of work to do, of course.
Yes, there is. I saw those Jiras, and what I thought is that I don't think ONF can take care of them, unfortunately. So I think it is what it is.
Yes, I think the plan was that Holger and me will realize all the stories. Especially okay. Holger, more Holger than me.
That would be good. That would be amazing, actually. So if you do have the time, those are more than welcome to be taken and do it as soon as your time permits.
We try to share it, but the most work will be done by Holger. Okay. But I will support him.
Yep, sure. Okay, great. Okay, we talked about the memory leaks here.
Right.
So the stale data in ONUS, I believe that is solved. I am not seeing it anymore. Have you seen it?
I think I saw it today morning. I'm not sure. Oh. I have to check, but I'm not sure. But I saw it this week. Stale data in ONUS. There were some. Yes, just a moment. I will maybe it could be fast. Else I will send it to you later on.
Okay. From a pipeline perspective, we are, I believe, in pretty good shape. If you take a look at the to the next test, leave the hardware. That is going down, so that is no, just like whatever. But this looks pretty good. We need to take a look at this one. One test on here, whatever. And the multiple OLTs one has a failure that Hardik is taking a look at. and the software upgrade is the one that is failing, and that has an issue there, but is not related to the OpenONU adapter. That is related to the OpenOLT not sending the activating signal. So we shouldn't be too much worried about that one ourselves.
Yes, I know both, as well as the software upgrade. I see it. The Walter system tests already always failed, and the ONUS apps sometimes. And I also checked the Unitech at the end of this.
Oh, okay.
And this is, there are also hanging resources in ONUS today or last night.
Okay, then maybe I can.
Sometimes it failed, and it's always the same behavior, failure behavior. And in number 178, was the last run, there were also hanging resources in ONUS. All flows, ports, subscribers, meters, DHCP.
So that is probably because the device doesn't get deleted properly. So that's my suspicion is that that is not an ONUS issue. But let me do this. I'll ask Artie to take a look at it.
The same issue as in this run was in 170 and 176.
Okay, interesting. Okay. Okay, I'll ask Hardik to take a look at this and see. See where this takes us. Yeah, I have. I also will try and see possibly next week because I'm personal time off tomorrow and Friday and Monday is a holiday. I believe is a holiday in Germany as well. I'll try and check some of this stuff as well. So to have a new pair of eyes on that, I will try and spend some time understanding that issue there and seeing if there is any particular pending resource that I can take a look at. Okay, so that's why I asked you to share the work in progress patch, because maybe I can trigger a few runs, check a few logs. No commitments, no promises, no guarantees, because as you know, the time is somewhat wobbly, but I'll do my best.
I have 2 points for testing.
Uh-huh.
I don't know how the decision according LWC is going on, but when it will come, we have to do a lot of work in the system test, you know.
Yes, so that I would say it's a little premature to talk about it because we have not yet made any commitment for LWC. So while it's that's most likely going to happen, I cannot now commit to the fact that it's actually going to happen. It's not 100% sure that at some point we will do it. I think we will do it, but at this point in time, I think it's premature to talk about it. So I would say, yes, I know we have a lot of changes to do, but it's a little premature to talk about these changes.
That's right. And
Andrea, if you would estimate how much changes these are, what would you say? So how much time do we need to adapt to this one?
That's a good point. So there's a couple of elements here. So the first element is that even if it comes, one request from the operator, especially Deutsche Telekom, was that we pair it with a component that enables you to still speak ONOS APIs to LWC as a system. Okay.
Yes. Yeah.
So that is what we will try and do. So that component does not belong into testing, and that actually would make testing a lot easier, because if you move to the REST API, which is what the
Radisys folks are doing.
with the production environment is using, what will happen is that you will not need the SSH anymore. So a rough estimation, we're talking weeks, at least weeks of like dedicated work. Depending on how soon this component that translates the ONOS APIs into LWC comes to fruition. Because it's not just LWC, it's LWC plus this component. If this component does not come to fruition, oh, that's an issue. We're talking probably months of changes then.
Mm-hmm. And we need to duplicate the test pipelines, because for at least some time, both components need to run every time.
So
as well?
right now, our commitment, what happens is that we do up until 2.10 with ONOS Classic. So the current generation of ONOS is there, we use it, that's it. Then after 2.10, we then look at what needs to happen. And depending on the decision that the TST has done on LWC, depending on Radisys, there's many variables there. We will then have to most likely duplicate the keywords for the testing. One option could be having like a robot parameter, that tells you if you're running with LWC or with ONOS, and then it makes the right call. The other thing is that I would still advise that, and maybe Thorsten, this is some preliminary work that you could do independently of anything if you have some spare time, is that we could, right now we do a lot of SSH into ONOS. Some of that SSH can be actually moved to a REST call, a JSON-based REST call. And that would allow us to make less changes in the future, because of the fact that the REST APIs will stay in the future releases of Volta, because of the backwards compatibility that was required by the operators. Did I make myself clear? Or not? You can tell me no.
No, I understood. But it's up to Thorsten regarding the REST API, because where would the REST API end today if you would introduce it already today? I mean.
Oh, it will go to ONOS directly.
And why didn't we do that before? Sorry if this is a dumb question.
That is a good question. We inherited the test since like before me, myself and Hardik worked on the project, and you don't touch things that work unless there is a need.
Okay. So it could have been done already if we just would have. Okay. Good, then I got it. Okay. Mm-hmm. It's just that there's no need really, because it works this way. It works.
Yes,
okay.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay. Got it.
So Thorsten, really up to you on the LWC. What I could put here as a point is move some of the SSH of ONOS to REST API. Sure, we can do that.
Mhm. Yes, I will check it.
Yeah, sure. No rush. There is no rush on this one.
No.
So you said you had a couple of topics. Which one is the
Yes.
second one?
Yes. The second one is the extended rights for the pipelines. Are you working on it still?
You
Or
still
is-
have not got the capability to trigger them, right?
Right.
Okay. Yeah, that is, I would say expected, because Zach was working on a series of permissions. But good reminder that you made to me. I'll put it on my to-do list and ping Zach again about this.
Mhm. And just back to the ONO stale data, the pipelines named. This is not the initial error there. There came up another error with what was it? This was verify UNI port is disabled. This failed before the ONO stale data came up. The point of just
Yeah. Just give me 1 second. I'm taking a note of.
Hmm.
Now it's you that you go fast. I was still writing a note for pinging Zach for the Jenkins permissions. Yeah, sorry, you were saying that here there's another issue.
The initial issue which came up was verify UNI port is disabled. This failed first and then came the ONO stale data. Maybe it depends on, but
Yeah, definitely. If the UNI fails to be disabled, then the almost stale data is there. Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Okay. I moved up here to be updated only if news arise topics. I don't expect any news on these topics. So I'll just leave them there, unless Odsger, you have any update.
can I ask some to the community pods, the real hardware? They are
yes.
offline.
Yes, they are.
They
are offline. Today, Bjorn pinged me saying that he managed to get the OLT connected to power, 48 volts in the new location. Unfortunately, my VPN is down, so I cannot check it. So the Jenkins VPN is down. I'll do my best to get it up and running again very soon. I just cannot commit to any timeline of that because I honestly don't know anything about that. And we've been moving the hardware out of the Menlo lab, and that is taking the time of Zach for him to work on other things such as the VPN of Jenkins. So I guess what I'm saying is that we are in a little bit of a transition phase, but we'll get them up and running as soon as we can.
I will be patient.
Oh, sorry, what?
I will stay impatient.
Yeah, thanks. Again, as I said, I'll do my best. We are in this transition phase. The rest of the hardware is being shipped to Radisys in Hillsborough, so we will get it up and running again in like a couple of weeks, probably.
Okay.
Okay, great. Anything else that you guys want to discuss or need to be discussed? And there's nothing that comes top of my mind, but I'll be happy to see if you have anything. Okay, then if not, I'll publish the recording. And thanks again, everybody. From next week, I will be participating in the call, but Girish will be hosting it mostly. And I will probably give him a little bit more permissions to host calls and do things in the upcoming future, especially on this call, so I can focus a little bit more on the transition of the TST, just as an ending topic. Okay, thanks everybody. Cheers. Bye bye.
Thank you. Bye.